Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Ready to Love Season 10, Episode 11. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. So when the episode first opens up, there are only 4 men left, and they meet up with Tommy. Same old, same old. Y'all know how it goes. Down to the vault. Now, let me just say this. I'm so sick of y'all taking these damn breaks. This is the longest season of nothingness that I have ever seen for absolutely no reason ever. We need to get on through this thing. Anywho, Tommy tells the men that they will be introducing the women to their loved ones. How many introductions can we be? The people don't even know each other. And this episode proves that instead of all this damn introduction, we need to have more one-on-one dates. Honey, take us inside their homes, tap their phones. I need to know what they're saying to each other besides WYD all damn day because they don't know nothing about each other. I'm just saying, introducing them to the loved ones, introducing them to the friends, introducing them to the dogs, introducing them to the jobs, introducing them to the cars, introducing Cisco to a job. Like, it's too much. I'm sorry, Cisco. Oh, child. They done pissed me off and I done took it out on you. My bad, Cisco. But anywho, ain't nobody from this group of men I would ever choose, though. Okay? You got Cisco and his pipe dreams, Jay and his physical touch with a friend, but it ain't nothing sexual about it, Hussein and his sexcapades, and Cam's corner. Now, y'all tell me which one of them y'all would choose. Moving forward. In the next scene, Jay and his mom, his dad, and his cousin are meeting Kiara. Now, I have to say that I really, really enjoyed Jay's family. They seem like one of those families that you can, that's not too judgmental, that you can really get to know and you can come around and they make you feel welcome. His parents have been married for 25 years. So he gives us a little introduction before she gets there. Kiara arrives and he's introducing her. She's a little bit nervous because this is the parentals. Side note, Kiara, girl, that new confessional look is so pretty. Okay, I'm loving the color and whatnot. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. So she sits down. She's a little bit nervous. They start getting to know her. They're asking some questions about her last relationship. Of course, she said it lasted like 13 or 14 years, and it ended because he cheated. Now, Kiara wanted to know if Jay was ready to settle down. She's like, y'all asking me all these questions, honey. Is he ready to love? I mean, his family says that he's ready. So, I mean, but, child, his family says he's ready. Kiara was like, yeah, well, I think the next step is to introduce our children because I have 2, he has 2. So, see how the families blend. Hold them up, swallow them up. Skirt. Let's slow down, low down. Okay? We got to get to know each other first before the kids come strolling through and spend the night at each other's houses. Honey, it's too much, too soon. Let's get to know each other first and then we'll introduce the children. It's been 12 episodes, which means it's been 12 weeks, which means that it's been 3 months. And I don't know how long it takes y'all to film. Is it 1 month that you film? 2 months? Honey, in any event, it's too early to be introducing the children's. So they started talking about the retreat and how she got mad. So the family was like, well, let's get her POV. Okay, because you done told us and we know you like to lie. No, they ain't say that. They ain't say that. But they was like, okay, well, let's hear what she has to say. So she was just telling them, that basically she had got mad because he was playing in her damn face and she likes to shut down. And his mom and his aunt are trying to tell her, you got to communicate. Yes, ma'am. You got to communicate to him, not the wall or the pillow. Okay. And if you're too damn tired to fight, don't fight right then because you're going to have to turn around and talk. Now, Kiara was like, I'm going to try to do better. Child, she ain't going to try to do better. Kiara just lied. Now, she did leave. But the family, they really liked her. And like I said, I really enjoyed his family and I can see her integrating into the family. And he has a solid foundation. His parents have, persevered for 25 years. I loved his aunt. I mean, they my kind of people. I don't know if I see Jay and Kiara actually lasting because I feel like there's going to be some toxicity there. Fighting it. That's what they give me. But in any event, I like this family. Moving forward. In the next scene, Hussein is having Rose meet his brother George and his cousin. So Rose arrives. They start talking to her, trying to get to know her a little bit. Now, they were asking really great questions. So she starts telling them about her past relationship and how, she does have another connection, but it is not as strong as the connection with Hussein. Now, when she said that, I was kind of shocked because it seems like when she was at the retreat talking to Cam, she made it seem like Cam is her number one and she's just passing time with Hussein because Cam can't make up his damn mind. Is that just me? Did I make that up? I don't know. Whatever, child. Rose just wanted to get chose, child. So she said that Hussein is her number one. So then she tells them, yeah, and I have a 17-year-old. So they said, oh, okay, well, what about the child's father? So then she tells them, oh, his daddy locked up. But I mean, if he calls and speaks to his son, that's him. He does his own thing. He's 17 years old. I don't have nothing to do with that. And everybody's looking like, say what now? Hussein gets in the confessional talking about, wow, this was a bomb that she just dropped. And this is what I'm saying. What have y'all been talking about all this time? You two shared a room at the retreat. Y'all could have been up all night talking, like sleepaway camp. Why don't you know this? Rose, why didn't you say this? Like, what is going on? I mean, she should have told them before this, but you knew she had a child. Why didn't you say, well, are you, in good standing with your child's father? Do you co-parent well? That shows me that you don't care. Maybe that's just me. Baby, y'all something else. Now, I feel like I remember Kiara saying earlier in the season that her child's father was locked up. I don't think Hussein was there, or he may have been there. I don't think Rose was there. In any event, I feel like it probably could have come out sooner. Now, it was getting kind of tense. And as soon as the tension started to build, Angie showed up. Ooh, child, she showed up just in the nick of time. I felt like production was in the back like, go, go, go. Rose is drowning. Baby, go out there. It's giving Titanic, honey. And Hussein ain't no Jack. So please go out there and save Rose, honey. Please. So she comes on out. They start talking to Angie, and she's telling them, she has a 9-year-old that's like the apple of her eye, and she wants more kids, and she does co-parent very well with her ex. So then she starts telling them how, she comes from a big family. She's the baby, and they're asking her, what's the best thing that she likes about Hussein? And she said that basically he's the calm to her storm. Like, she could be king too much at times, but Hussein is just like really, really calm. So they both get up and they leave. Now, Rose left thinking she got it in the bag. Talking about, yeah, they're probably thinking, oh, she's wife material. Oh, she's mother material. And they actually thought Angie was better. Rose, you and your incarcerated child's father, honey, that news kind of blew it. Because they'd be looking for any old reason not to talk to you ever again. So you gave him something, and now he don't want to be bothered. Now, Angie came in and, she was just herself and they actually liked her. I feel like Angie felt a little bit lighter this episode. Now, I still think she may be a little bit toxic, but she was okay at this meeting. She didn't really bug me. She was okay. In the next scene, Cisco is having Tay meet his sister. Now, when she first came in, I was like, why is sister looking a little uninterested? And she was looking a little judgy boots there at first, but then she eased up. I think that she just has RBF, and that's okay because I have it as well. So there's that. So then Tay comes in. She sits down. She starts talking to his sister about her apprehension with Cisco and his stability. This man gonna have enough nerve to say, I kind of feel some kind of way that she still has concerns because I thought we were over that. You know what? Men really trip me out. They can tell you they ain't got no house, no car, no money. They don't have a job. They have 15 children by 6 different children's mothers. They can tell you whatever they want to say. They cheated on you this morning and you are expected to get over it by noon. But you do something to them and baby, they are seriously unforgiving. Why do you think she is just get over this because you told her? So his sister's like, well, y'all can get past that little bump in the road. Bump in the road? Girl, more like a bump on a log the way he was laying around that damn retreat. Tay, girl, go on get the other side of the bed warm because Cisco is definitely about to move in after y'all meet on that bridge, honey. So it took me some time to get to the place that you wanted me to be. Honey, which is right in your house, in your room. So then he says that, he has a positive outlook on his dreams and aspirations. And when he hears her speak, it makes him, want to succeed. At this big age, we do not have time to be sitting up talking about no dreams and aspirations. Honey. That's what they ask you about in elementary school. Okay? I feel like he is emotionally manipulative at times. I really do. But that's just me. Over on the other side of Philly, Cam is going to introduce Sahara Angie and Rose to his sister and his cousin. So, Cam's corner is in the mix. So they all get there. Angie showed up first. And just when I thought it was okay, Angie, you always show up off kilter, like wobbling and whatnot. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know what it is, but she just seems so unkempt at times, and I don't understand it. So she comes in. He was like, "You good?" She was like, "I'm good. What's up with you?" I'm like, "Oh, child." Rose came next, and then Sahara got there. Sahara starts telling them about herself, as did Angie and Rose. And they kind of wanted to know what they feel about Cam being a firefighter. Of course, Rose had all the right answers because, she going to give you a pageant answer if she don't do nothing else. I feel like Angie is doing well with these family meetings. I mean, I must say I'm a little bit impressed. I didn't think she was going to be able to pull it off. Now, Rose wants to know Cam's biggest flaw. And so the family was like, he's stubborn. And they want to know how the ladies would handle him being that way. So, of course, here go Rose talking about, I just make a joke out of everything. And we just going to get over it by having sex. Even if we have to have angry sex, we going to get over it. And I was just like, girl, why would you say that in front of that man's family? You're just giving all the wrong answers. Angry sex, the exonerated 5. Or wait a minute, not the exonerated 5. Angry sex and the man in the jailhouse. Girl, you cannot be just saying any old thing. Not the exonerated 5. I didn't mean that, y'all. I have had a long day. Do you hear me? I done had a long day, child. I done put him in a part of the exonerated 5. The way that you say things, Rose, I know you think it sounds good and you're thinking Cam is probably thinking, ooh, angry sex, she's willing to make up and add sex to it. Like, you don't have to say what you think they want to hear. Give your authentic answer. And I think that's why Angie is doing so well, because she's being authentically herself. Now, Angie did say that she saw Cam and his little stubbornness when they were at the retreat, but, they were able to get over it. So Sahara said that Cam makes her, a little less of a yeller because she likes to get loud, and he calms her down. Now, I told y'all that in the very beginning. I told y'all, I can see him bringing the best out of Sahara. I really can. I think that she's just a little rough around the edges, but she's soft, on the inside. So they left. And the cousin and the niece felt like Angie was on top and Sahara was on the bottom. And, Rose was right there in the middle. They felt like Sahara is more of the same, like the girls that he always dates. But the cousin kind of threw me off when she was like, I know you said that Angie said she'll bust the windows out, but I feel like you guys will be all right before you get to that. Girl, what? Listen, cousin. No, she is not far removed from busting his damn windows out his car. He is one text message unanswered away from getting busted up. So he do not need to choose Angie. I'm sorry. I don't think so. Angie just screams cops being called all up and through the night. Do you hear me? Disturbing the whole apartment complex. Absolutely not. I think you just like her because you think she's pretty. Out of all three of them, I heard y'all say that Angie was so pretty. And this comes along with pretty privilege. Y'all just be going along with any old body. Oh, she said she'll cut your limbs off, but that's okay. I mean, we can always get them sewn back on. She's so pretty. Like, if y'all don't grow up. It's amazing to me, though, how Angie is acing these meetings. You know what? Angie reminds me of those students who I used to have in my class who would clown all school year, but they are stellar test takers. You don't think they've been listening all damn school year. You put a test in front of them, a standardized test, and baby, they ace with flying colors. I don't know how they do it, honey, but they do it. Moving forward. In the next scene, Cam and Sahara, they're going on a one-on-one date because he wants to see if something is there because his family put her on the bottom. But to him, she kind of on top. Now, I don't know if I would listen to the family, especially when they thought it was okay for Angie to say she gonna bust the windows out your car. I mean, I can see Sahara really being down for Cam. Like, down for him. Now, you better not play with her. But I do see her being down for him. So they get to this date. He brought her a sweet little gift, and they're at dinner. And he's telling her, I did all this to show you that it could be something between me and you. Baby, Cam really think he a Casanova. Boy, bye. Boy, bye. I feel like Sahara and Cam, though, y'all, seem like the only genuine connection to me. And y'all know I got a soft spot for Sahara. Okay, I do. I know she got her ways or whatever, but I really do see through that. And I think that her and Cam really do genuinely like each other. The connection and the spark that I see with them, I don't see with anybody else. Not even Kiara and Jay. I just feel like they have a really authentic connection. Rose, honey, it's out of you and Angie. I think y'all might be going to the house. But speaking of Rose, she has a date with Hussein. Child, I hope y'all actually talk to each other. Hussein, maybe you should start talking on the phone because you would have known this. If you picked up the phone and called and or texted, you would know that her child's father is incarcerated. Now, when she arrived, he told her, as they're sitting, he didn't like the fact that she didn't tell him up front. And she's telling him, he's been locked up for so long, I don't even think about him. Because that was a very low point in her life. And, it's just something that she doesn't think about. He feels like she hid it or she lied about it. And when Kiara told everybody about her situation, she should have said something too. So she was like, well, I heard about Kiara's situation through the grapevine. She didn't just tell the ladies. He said, okay, but you still could have said something. Listen, I too forget about the other person related to my son. I try my hardest. It's like, baby, it's like immaculate conception over here. I be trying to forget all about him. But Hussein, to you, honey, just like she could have told you, you could have inquired. After meeting Angie's children's father, you didn't think to say, you know what, this would be a perfect time to ask Rose about her child's father. Like, child, please. It's both of them if you ask me. So then he was asking Rose if the man is going to come looking for her when he gets out. And she told him no, he bet not. Like, we are not together. He's been in there for like 7 years. Now, Rose, to you, because I already got on Hussein, you got to let people know at least. Even though it may be hard to revisit it, that's something that you should talk about. But the bigger question is, what is he in there for? I wasn't worried about him being in there. Because if he in there, honey, let him stay in there. But why is he in there? Because if he is in there for something that could potentially put my life in danger, then that I need to know. But him being in there wasn't no big deal to me. Maybe that's just me. I feel like we need to know why. In the next scene, all the men go back to the vault. It's time for the final vault. Honey, it's about damn time. It's about damn time. Like, I'm so happy that this is the final one. All the men get there. Tommy wanted to know how it went. Jay went first, and he was telling him, they liked Kiara, but, his aunt and his mom felt like she needs to learn to communicate. But they did say that they really liked her, and then Kiara said that she was gonna work on it. Now, Jay, I felt like you was putting a little stank on it. My mama got with her though. She told her, you gotta communicate with my son, okay? She ain't say all that. All she said was, y'all gotta learn to communicate. You putting all that stank on it, zhuzhing it up. That mama did not say it like that. She listened to Kiara, and then she said, girl, you gotta learn to communicate. She ain't make it seem like you better treat my son. She didn't say it like that. Child, please. So then Cisco brings up his bus pass and blames Tay for her reaction. He gonna get in a confessional, talking crazy, and then gonna tell Tommy she's very impulsive. And I feel like, the way she reacted, is she gonna react that way with something else? He would be a no for me. Actually, he would be a hell no for me. Because I feel like he likes to spin the narrative. He would have you going crazy. Okay, it's giving gaslighting, and I don't like that. Because she would think one thing and she knows that she's correct. And then he comes back and manipulates her. And then she's confused. And now she's apologizing to him for something she should not even be sorry about. She is not wrong for her reaction, sir. We are adults. If I come to you and I'm making $300,000 a year, because she is probably making up to $200,000, and I'm making $300,000 a year, and I meet Billy, and Billy tells me that he ain't got no car, he ain't got no job, and he's renting a room. I'm not going to be like, oh, okay, no big deal. Okay, well, what you doing later on? No, that's going to cause me to pause. Like, be so serious. Anyway, she ain't wrong for that. Moving on from Cisco, Cam tells them about how, his family felt Rose was ready for marriage and Sahara is like the girls he's dated in the past, but he really likes Sahara. And Angie was the best out of all of them, according to his family. Listen, at the end of the day, it's you in the relationship. Now, if you are picking Sahara because she's safe, don't do that. Because if you pick her only because she's someone you're familiar with, then you're going to repeat old patterns. I don't know what you did to them women in the past, and I don't know what they did to you. But whatever it was, it ain't right. Because the cousin and the niece was like, nope, this is just like you did in the past. So no, you don't need her. But if you genuinely like her and you think y'all can build, then that's something different. But don't just go get the girl because she reminds you of somebody you used to date, honey. Absolutely not. Moving forward. Hussein brings up how Rose dropped the bomb about her children's father being in prison. And Cam is like, oh, well, that's news to me. It's too late in the game to be hiding things. And they feel like she should have said something. I mean, I already told you how I feel about that. Now, I did like how both Cisco and Jay gave her grace because Jay said, well, she probably saw the way that everybody reacted to Kiara and she just kept it close. And then Cisco feels like they need to have a conversation with her. Don't just count her out. And I do feel like they were judging her like rather harshly, but maybe that's just me. And I guess that I'm not totally coming down on Rose because it takes two to get to know each other. What have y'all been doing? What have y'all been talking about all this time? Like, and Cam, let's be so serious. You really want Sahara. So you cool with the news, low key. Okay, and you ain't fooling me. And Hussein, you talking about it's a deal breaker. And now you gonna go over there with Angie. Didn't you just say 2 episodes ago, Angie gave you good for a drive-by? Good for a one-night stand, and you don't want that? Now all of a sudden you all right with it? You don't really want Angie. But you feel like you can't keep Rose. You don't know how to communicate. So actually, what's the lady that just left with the short hair or whatever? She might have been right about Hussein not communicating well. What was her name, child? I can't remember, honey. Perimenopause, honey. Shout out to it. But she might have been right about Hussein not being able to communicate because you could have had a conversation with Rose. I don't think this was something to just throw her away about. I really don't. Anyway, y'all wrap this up. So Tommy tells Cam that he needs to be the one to talk to Rose. In the next scene, it's time for the eliminate. So Cam is meeting with Rose and he's talking about, how Rose fell out of Hussein's top spot and he doesn't know about her because she chose Hussein over him. This is what he's saying in the confessional. And I'm like, that's strange because she was still considered your top before you heard the news. And that's not what you said at that retreat. So she comes and she's there and she's telling him that her connection with Hussein is stronger because of how he was moving. He let it be known that they were connected. So then Cam brings up the child's father and Rose said, well, I don't have anything to hide. And I'm really not even thinking about him, to be honest. But if y'all don't think I'm the kind of person that's going to keep it real and raw, then y'all don't know me. No, Rose, we don't know you're the person who's going to keep it real and raw. You have seen rehearsed this entire season. So we're a little bit confused. So then she goes, oh, and it's just so funny that you're coming down on me about keeping secrets when you shared a room with Sahara, but you were mad that I shared a room with Hussein. I said, say what now? Okay, so I'm confused. Cam, don't piss me off. You said right there on that episode and said every last person was getting on your nerves and you were actually sharing a room with Sahara? Y'all be treating her so bad, child. No wonder she said she wanted you to make a decision. Ain't no telling what y'all was doing in that room. Child, anyway. Rose, though, to you, even though this is true, and he shared a room and he ain't say nothing, now how he was able not to say anything and you not know, y'all don't be paying attention to nothing. Because, baby, I would have been looking, oh, he's sharing a room with Sahara. Okay, duly noted. What were y'all doing at the retreat? What were y'all doing? Do y'all talk to each other? Y'all crazy. Even though this is true, that still does not negate the fact that you left that part out about your child's father. And to be fair, though, to Rose, maybe there's some trauma attached to that man that's locked up and she doesn't want to talk about it. But eventually, if you're going to get into a long-term relationship, that is something that people need to know. I think communication could have been better on all fronts. She could have been more forthcoming and they could have been more inquisitive. You don't sit with a woman for months on end or a man for months on end and y'all don't talk about nothing except what the weather is like. But Rose, you did try to spin that narrative. I'm like, girl, not you trying to bring him out about Sahara and you ain't said nothing. You wasn't worried about it then. Now you worried about it. Girl, gone. So then Cam says, well, that shouldn't matter because you was up there playing house with Hussein and I felt like I was being led on. You felt like you were being led on. You were walking around with your fanny pack attached to you, fussing with Angie about busting them damn windows out the car. avoiding Sahara because you didn't want nobody. You were hiding her out in the open, not wanting anybody to know that you were sharing a room with her, and you only talked to Rose at the bitter end, but she led you on. Then he gonna say, I mean, I just feel like I was being punished for trying to stay true to the process. Baby, these men will switch it up and make it your fault in a minute. Do you hear me? So since she withheld information or she wasn't truthful, he tells Rose she's not ready to love. Rose said, oh, okay, because of this one situation, y'all just gonna dismiss me? Well, that says a lot about y'all. Now, she did get up and do her exit confessional, and she said that she was more hurt by Hussein because she really liked him. And when she started doing a little tearing up and whatnot, I was just thinking, what y'all was doing in that room, honey? Y'all wasn't doing a horizontal poker at that retreat, huh? Because why don't you know anything about him and he don't know nothing about you, but you crying a little bit? If it was all that serious, you would have disclosed what was in your personal life. But girl, don't cry. Okay, please do not. Hussein was not it. Take a look at the company that he keeps. Okay, see, we don't want to repeat past mistakes. And men that hang out with other men that behave like those men did, that's not a man that you want. Because that's what he thinks makes sense. And we don't want that. So, I mean, Cam let her go really and truly because he was mad about that retreat and he ain't fooling me. He does not care about her child's father for real. He don't care nothing about that. She made him look like a fool by going in that room with Hussein. He mad. And so she had to be on the I-10 by 10. And that was the end of the episode. Child, y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Episode 11. Next week is the season finale. Okay, the season finale. Also, Bell Collective will be returning October 3rd. Tomorrow night is Heart and Hustle Houston. Y'all know that's my show. And yeah, y'all come back. Okay, come back now. You hear? Comment down below and I'm going to comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.